Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support.
All I heard was, I haven't been getting laid lately and I want other women to feel my pain. Now, I'm usually an advocate for there's somebody out here for everybody. But I promise you, I'm not bullying when I say, who's out here lining up to be with her? I mean, don't get mad at me because y'all thought it too. I know you did. I heard it through the screen.
You guys feel spicy? Because I do.
No matter how loud, how kind, respectful, how cute, men will still hate you.
Women are talking about bringing that 4B movement right here to the United States.
Time to lock the fuck in. Operation 4B.
Refuse to date men, get married, have sex with them, or children.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement.
No more kitty cat for moderate men. Fucking all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Clearly, they don't give a shit about us.
No attention to men. Delete block. Do not respond to them.
Government cares that they're not having kids because children are the future labor force.
I'm gonna start barking and getting fucking crazy.
You think I'm crazy? Me too. Just like all the women before me who were crazy.
It is the best thing I've ever done for my mental health. We're not crazy. We have to do this together.
The women who are doing the 4B movement help other women who are doing the 4B movement.
Sorry, Philman, I will not be responding to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement.
Do not acknowledge them. Do not look at them. Do not laugh at their jokes.
Why exactly are you going to keep becoming subservient to a nation that doesn't literally care about you?
Wake women up.
Okay.
Fun fact, if you don't want men to notice you or look at you in any way or like really even talk to you at all without like being mildly uncomfortable, shave your head. Shave your head. Shaved my head. Not a man spoke to me. Like, not a man. And I was around men. Let me tell you, I hung out with like pick-me girls all of college that were with the ugliest, meanest, like red-blooded American men. Like, they were hanging out with those types. And those men were so wildly uncomfortable around me. Hated that I spoke up, hated that I had opinions, but for the most part, they just were really content to ignore me. So if you would like to fly under the radar this election, shave your head.
Woman, I promise you, you having a shaved head is not the reason why the men wanted nothing to do with you. They can sense your negative energy just by being in your presence. Heck, I've dated a woman with a shaved head, and her head was shaved before I met her. I had no issue with it. Heck, even Amber Rose, shaved head with a tattoo across her forehead, still don't have no problem getting no man. It's not the shaved head that's the issue. It's you.
To the men of America, thank you so much because you have now officially pushed any woman who is ever questioning herself away from you and into my arms. And I am now 100% gay. I wasn't sure before, but now I am positive. So if you're a man, don't look at me, don't touch me, don't speak to me, don't breathe near me, okay? Okay, I'm glad we got that sorted.
Huh? Lady, I think you have bigger issues here. Like, the fact that you look like you in your 30s. You've gone this long in life, and you were unsure about which side you wanted to choose, men or women. I think you just hate all men because you don't want a man to speak to you, breathe near you. And the sad reality is she's not the only one that feels this way, because I have walked out here into the real world after Trump got elected, and I see women that possess that same energy. The way they look at you, snarl at you, don't even want you to be near them. It's weird. Let's give these people their own island. I heard Epstein Island is available.
Someone asked me if I was going to be participating in the 4B movement. Get the fuck away from me. First of all, no. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And it's also like highly, highly offensive and insensitive to the original movement, the actual for me movement. And second of all, I'm married and my husband pays all the bills, and he also does pull-ups off of like water pipes, like a prison inmate. So I most definitely will not be participating in 4B fucking anything. Jesus Christ. I'm not 4B, I'm for the D. Okay, bitch? Stay safe out there, y'all, but that shit is not for me. Not for me at all.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the reason you're so sad and depressed is because you're dating a Democratic man and he believes going 50-50 and splitting the bill down everything when you could easily get a conservative man who would provide and take care of you.
That thing is dumb.
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
Now, I'm no MAGA man, but I could sure give you some advice. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working great.
I just saw a man smiling and I was like, what do you have to smile about? Like, unless you have that like smile disease from the horror movie Smile 1 and 2, like stop smiling.
It wasn't a disease, fool. It was a demonic possession. See, you ain't even watch the movies. Y'all always talk about stuff y'all know nothing about.
So this right here is actually a thing. It's called the 4B movement. So women are actually shaving their head in solidarity against Donald Trump. And 4B means that they're not going to be sleeping with men, they're not going to be dating men, there's going to be no marrying men, and no child rearing with men. So let me get this straight. It took a woman to lose her presidency bid in order for you to stop sleeping with men, so then men can respect you? Can you see how crazy that sounds? Let me put it to you this way. And they're doing this all for women's rights? Like, do they not understand how contradictory this is? Let me explain it to you this way. Do you not understand that's the whole point? Do you realize that by doing this and not sleeping with men, that the consequence of sleeping with that man, if you're not having protected sex, is a child? And then now you're saying you're not gonna sleep around anymore? I'm pretty sure that's what guys of this generation have been asking for the whole time. Stop sleeping around. Trust me, no one's gonna complain. And you're literally achieving that goal anyways. Because by you not sleeping around and being promiscuous like this, the issue of this, abortion rights is almost self-serving. And the most ridiculous part of it all, I think you're all forgetting that Roe v. Wade was overturned when Biden was president. So what would Kamala or Trump getting into office have anything to do with that? I don't think you guys understand the way the systems work in the US. There's the legislative branch and then there's the judicial branch. Trump cannot intervene, and neither can Kamala Harris, of what happened with Roe v. Wade. That is done. That is a state level issue. It's not like it's gone away completely. It's gone from a federal mandate. So this whole concept of shaving your head, honestly, please do make it easier for us to identify who these left-wing nuts are. Because that's something we should all be terrified of. But please, all the power to you guys. Continue to shave your head. Teach all men a lesson that you're not going to sleep around anymore until men respect your rights. And then when we respect you, you're going to go sleeping around again? Oh, this is just too good.
That's one of the funniest things to me about this whole ordeal is that there's so many women that lack accountability that they're putting the blame on anybody else, on men specifically, for them sleeping around and hooking up and not being in control of their own body. Okay, let's see how far this gets you.
Does anyone else find it insane that the election is making people realize that they should not be hoes? Like, how did Trump getting elected make people realize, damn, you know what? Maybe I should stop slinging cooch out like this is a buffet at Cece's Pizza. Like, that's what made you realize that? What the fuck? Like, your 12th body in 3 months didn't do it for you, and people nicknaming you Slurp and Burp didn't do that shit either, but Orange Man getting elected as president does. How the fuck does that make any sense? And look, guys, I have no issues with hoes being hoes. If you want to be a hoe, by all means, be a hoe. Slang cooch, I don't give a shit. My problem is that I know for a fact that people are not going to be doing this 4B movement shit after like 3 months. Like half of these people doing 4B all of a sudden 3 weeks ago were shaking ass on a prisoner at a Halloween costume party, and now all of a sudden they want to be fucking Susan B. Anthony. Like, alright, man. Like, I'm sorry, you're full of shit. Glorilla is still in your playlist. I know for a fucking fact. Like, I just know your ass is lying, man. Like, you're just following the trends at this point. Talking about some bullshit like you're gonna move to Canada. Bitch, you're staying here. Shut the fuck up. And look, guys, again, I have no issues with people doing 4B movement. I have an issue with people saying they're gonna do it, and then ultimately, they're not gonna do shit. Like, they're literally just a bunch of fucking liars. They're just trying to trend hop and find an excuse to hate on somebody. Like, I've seen this song and dance before. A lot of you guys are not gonna be doing this shit. Like, I genuinely find it insane how the dating culture in today's society is so bad that people need to start a whole movement just to not have sex. Like, I don't know, guys, maybe I'm the crazy one, but not having sex with literally every single organism that comes into your line of sight sounds like something you should have been doing already in the first place. And I already know what a lot of you guys are gonna be saying. You're misogynistic and you hate women. No, I don't. Matter of fact, I actually full-heartedly support the 4B movement because in my opinion, that's like exactly what we need right now. Like, the 4B movement, if done correctly and people actually commit to it, could solve the Western society's issue with dating culture. Like, if more women committed to being celibate, it would cause men and women to stop slinging dick, puss, and STDs to each other like they're trading fucking Pokemon cards. And it would actually cause us to both become more high value and respected people. But again, you guys, let's be honest here. You guys are not doing that shit. Because with the way that the internet works, it's basically impossible for anyone to commit to any sort of movement. Basically impossible. After a couple months, maybe at max years, people will stop doing that shit. Like, in order for me to actually start believing that women will actually start doing this 4B movement bullshit, I'm gonna need to start seeing these motherfuckers fuck the bear. Like, if I start seeing that shit, then alright, people are doing the 4B movement. Until I see that, you guys are full of shit. So yeah, all in all, the 4B movement, I completely support, and I also think that a lot of men should support it, because something a lot of dudes have been complaining about is that women are out baps and hoes and sluts, yet when they all of a sudden start saying, you know what, I actually want to stop being one of those, they start fucking complaining, which honestly makes zero fucking sense. A lot of these dudes are hypocritical as fuck. You cannot ask women to not be hoes and then complain when they decide to not be hoes.